Evening, all. Hope you're doing well. I swear I've forgotten something, but I don't know what it is. Hopefully you can hear me. Maybe it's that. I think you can. You're saying hello. Hey guys. I don't know. You just have those days when you feel like you've forgotten something. Today's one of those days. I can't for the life of me think what it is. How is everybody on this beautiful Tuesday evening? It's your pants. To be fair, I haven't worn um I'm going to say trousers because pants is not correct. Actually, no, it is correct, isn't it? Because you got underpants, so it is pants. All right, it is right. Yeah, all right. I'll accept that. Pants, fair enough. But I haven't worn trousers for a long time. Pants, trousers, whatever. I use. I've worn shorts for the best part of a year now. But yeah, pants is right anyway. Okay, let me give you all some points. Let's get this underway straight away. Pajamas are the norm. Yeah, definitely. uh, it's crazy to think, isn't it, when you're on Zoom meetings and stuff, that there's a fairly good chance that at least half of the people you're in a meeting with have not are wearing definitely non-business below the waist. Probably in their boxers or whatever. Actually, yeah, I say Zoom meeting. I don't actually use Zoom. I use the Microsoft one, whatever it's called, Teams. I'm going to show off this Mega 65 case today as well. So I just printed this today. It's the first one. You can probably just about see my new printer in the background there. Just move that around ever so slightly. See it there? So it's a dual extrusion printer. Yeah, the Microsoft one has got terrible video codecs, that's for sure. And it allows me to print things in dual color, which is kind of nice. So this is one of the boards that I'll be giving away. It's in a case now, but it allows me to print the logos in one color, which is kind of nice, and also print this switch in place as well. So the switch is kind of stuck. It's a piece that's kind of blocked on both sides, so it can't come out. But it's printed in place, so I never had to actually put it in. It was just printed in its place, which is why it's a little bit messy around there. But it works absolutely fine though. So, but yeah, this is either Andy's or Crazy UK's. I'm not sure yet. It doesn't really matter. They're both going to be the same. I'm just setting some things up, and that will get it off to you guys by the end of the week. I'm going to do them both, so I can just do one trip to the post box, or just saying that I'll probably get them. I'll probably get them collected because I don't really want to go out if I can help it. But yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, that printer is really nice actually. Really, really nice. I definitely would recommend it. It's a little bit on the noisy side, but I think it's mostly the fans that make the noise. Oh yeah, they're incredible, and I've got really good now at kind of messing with a 3D package and doing stuff on it. So all my NES games back there, they're all on stands that I 3D printed. So these things, oops, which is just like little cartridge stands. You just put the cartridges on like this, and they stand up. And they've got special legs printed for them as well. So I just print off a load of them, and it gives me a nice stand for all my things. The printer is Flash Forge Dreamer 3D. It's about £450. So it's a little bit on the it's kind of mid range, I guess, for printers, because printers start around about 150 for the really cheap ones. It's not got the biggest print area, but it's big enough to print. Oops, sorry. So it's big enough to print that box with a little bit of extra room on either side. Um, But what's nice about it is the dual color stuff. So the ability to just kind of build a print that's two colors. So you can build a print and then you can cut pieces out of it, which you then say this is going to be printed in this second color. Or you can split the printer into two print beds and print two things at the same time. It's got like a mirror printing mode, which will allow it to print the same thing on both sides because the heads are just far enough apart that it can mirror a build. So anyway, one keyboard case. Yeah, it won't do keyboard cases. It's too small for keyboard cases. Yeah, I looked at the Creality. The CR5 actually was the one I looked at, but I went with this one in the end because of the dual extrusion. Thank you for the resub, crap ball player. Nice name. And thank you for the resub as well, Retro Steve. I missed that one. It must have been during the intro. And thanks for the host, Andy. Okay, so I want to crack on with Game Boy Game tonight because this game is now definitely coming out on cartridge. We're in the process with Bitmat Soft of arranging all the stuff for that. We've got someone working on the cover art for it. It looks really good. I will let Bitmap Soft reveal that when it's ready. And we kind of want to open up pre-orders for this probably in the next month, within the next month. So I really need to get the game into a state where I can do a nice video. And so I'm going to work on the map tonight. So add some more screens into the map, but also just to tidy up some of the graphics a little bit and just make it a little bit, because it still is a slightly kind of Commodore-esque in that it's not got a huge amount of detail that it could probably have. It has got a bit more detail, but it's probably lacking in some areas. I think I talked briefly about this last time. Let me just load the map up and show you what I mean. Let me start the races for you guys as well. There we go. There on. Oh, Jaguar game. Uh, you thought it looked too small. Yeah, it is a bit too small for that. The big Delta printer will probably just about do it, but it's kind of broken, that printer. I'm going to throw it out anyway. So it's to fix it would cost me probably as much as buying another printer. So it needs a new print arm, new belt, a new stepper motor, and probably a new extrusion head as well. So it's just not worth it, to be honest. What is that? That looks familiar, but it's a Jaguar game, so it's probably not. Yeah, I thought Cybermorph actually. Wait, how did you know that, Sean? How did you know Cybermorph? Could be Cybermorph 2, actually. Google. Fair enough. I was going to say that's impressive. I've got that game actually. I've got Cybermorph. It's terrible. I played it on stream a couple of months, 6 months ago or something. So it's a terrible, terrible game. Tonight I'm drinking Tropicana Smooth. Jaguar's not that old. Well, I guess it is for you. I mean, it was. What year was Jaguar? Was it like 91, 92 or something? What year did it come out? It was kind of like halfway between the Mega Drive and the PlayStation era. It was kind of slap bang in the middle. They released it a little bit too early with 93. Wow, okay. That's a lot later than I thought. So actually that was, I keep hitting the microphone. Sorry if you keep hearing little bumps. That's actually a lot later than I thought. I that's because the PlayStation was 95, wasn't it? So that's no wonder it didn't do very well. It was 2 years just before the PlayStation and not a patch on it, unfortunately. 94 was PS1. That must have been the Japanese release, though, right? It was definitely later than that in the UK. Japanese and US release, I guess. They always got things earlier. Steps, you're an enabler. You really are. UK PS3, yeah, I thought so because I remember was what I think Wipeout was one of the launch titles, and I just it just blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind. Like I couldn't believe that such a racing game existed. Yeah, Ridge. Well, Ridge Race I'd played a lot anyway because at the time I was working. I was working in a bowling alley, so timers on late. Oh yeah, they're not, are they? All right, hang on. You're gonna get one extra race here because I'm gonna restart the layer. Hang on. Where's my restart button? This happens sometimes. I'm not sure why. I think it's to do with Twitch is slow to connect or something. It seems to break the timer. Don't know if somebody had requested that tune, by the way. So if they had, I apologize. I can put it back on again. I don't think so. Oh yeah, they did. Okay. It's still broken. All right, one more try. Don't answer on this quiz. Hang on. All right, let's try. I'm not going to mess with this all night. It should disappear straight away, and it's not doing. That's the worrying thing. There we go. That's working now, I think. So yeah, what I want to do is get the basically the package for this game in a place where when the pre-order goes out, we've got a decent video for people to look at. The game is representative of the final game, even if it's not fully complete yet. It was shown in the beer. Oh, okay, yeah, that is weird. It shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I might need to look into that. To be honest, this overlay is thrown together. It's just lots and lots and lots of thrown together pieces. So, hey, Thalamus. Oh, so close, so close. Thank you for the follow, Enemy Ronin 11. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh god, so many projects on the go. Trying to remember which one I'm on is a nightmare. This one, okay. Okay, so what I did just before the stream as well was load the C64 map into Aseprite because it's split. I can put a grid on it and it makes it easy to work out what screen is what on here. Although, interestingly, it's a little bit off because it's off on this side for some reason. But it's enough for me to. I can work with that. I know. That is weird. Why is it off? Well, I'll tell you what. I can resize it. It's fine. I guess it's just the way I've copied it from the browser is probably off. That's all. This doesn't need to be accurate. Good job, because it's not. Or have I put an offset on the grid? I don't know what I've done, but it will work. I can make this work. It's fine. It doesn't need to be accurate. It's just so I can see where each screen moves on. So what I wanted to do was try and make the background a little bit more interesting. Because if you think about this on a Game Boy screen, okay, it's nice and colourful. It's got some nice colours and stuff in here, but ideally, I want it to be a little bit more than just this. So let me just put that one back in there for that. So I think I showed these last time. I've got these little pieces down here, which are just like grey bricks that I can stick in the background. So I was thinking of just kind of dotting these around randomly wherever there's a gap. So let's first of all let's just colour in all the gap pieces, which is that. We have to leave spaces around these for now. I might copy tiles and actually add them in in the tiles as well. But what this allows me to do then is to kind of just vary the background up a little bit by putting slightly different ones in places, um, and just make it a little bit more interesting than just looking at just looking at the same black background everywhere. So I'm hoping this kind of goes some way towards making it more interesting to look at. Let's turn the grid off actually. See, I'm not sure. I still feel like it. Hmm, I'm not sure about that. Hmm. I remember listening to this music. I think it was this. It was this one. No, it was this one actually. And one of the cheats was rubbing your fingers on the joystick ports when your finger rubbing it on joystick port one, but you had to wait for the music to stop. So the reason I know this music from beginning to end so well is because I'd sit and wait for the music to stop. Because I didn't have an action replay cartridge when I had this game. I just, I was still coding stuff manually. So yes, I remember the demo as well. Was it Dutch something or other? I can't remember what the thing was, but yeah, quite a rude demo as well. But great idea. It worked really well. But like I say, I kind of got bored of having to wait for the music. But um, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to try, because this is what I want to do. This stream is I want to try and make these screens more attractive to look at um, from a screenshot point of view. And also because when you're in the game, so I don't mind when you swap the tile set and they disappear. That's fine. Although I think I probably need to make this disappear as well. I don't think it looks right with that in there, because it stops animating as well. Which I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I can, because I can just delete these here and then delete that here. So let me do that first, actually. So I don't want the torches to appear in this mode, just in that mode, which means I also need to delete the flames down here in this mode. God, I need a better an eraser tool, don't I really? To this, or a clear button or something. That's what happens when you write custom editors. Okay, so that is going to allow the torch to appear in the different modes. So bear in mind that when you're in this mode and the detail is less, this will be all in this palette. It doesn't show in that in here at the moment, but it will all be in that palette. So with that in mind, if I did bricks in here, for instance, what would that look like? That would be okay. So what I'm trying to work out is this gonna work basically? Is this gonna be an acceptable pattern to stick everywhere? Because if it is, then great. I will put it everywhere, but I need to know it's going to be right. I think it's that one, isn't it? So then that would be here like that. So that would fill all the way across. But we'll see, what I'm thinking is this might end up being that I have to copy a lot of these pieces to elsewhere. Are there anywhere that the vines are outside? There's not actually. So okay, let's go down this route for now. Let's see how this works. Let's get rid of all of this. So what I'm going to try and do now is across this entire screen is create a pattern that fills completely the screen, and see how that looks. Because maybe it's better to fill it entirely and take some away than it is to try and dot things in here and there. Okay, so now let's have a look at these areas. See, if I put that in there, it's not going to light up properly. So the problem here is that one of these, I think it's this one, is a palette that flickers in the light. So if I put the wrong color in here, it's going to end up flickering. This whole thing's going to flicker, and it's going to flicker in a square, which I don't want. So my little pieces like that, that's not too bad. Let's try it out and see how it looks. So maybe we just need a different approach to this torch design. Oh, maybe that's it actually. Maybe it's just the top half that should flicker. In which case we just need two special pieces like this. Just one. See how that looks. Let's just fill this entire screen in, and then I'll set the player up in there. I just want to take a look at how it looks. It's got to look right. If it doesn't look right, then it's not going to go in. Could just be that the torch design needs to change. At the moment, I'm not doing anything I'm too bothered about. I'm not going to save this until I'm happy with it. So I just need to find where these things are. I think that's one of them. See, it's a little bit more forgiving with the background pieces here as well. But then that's also going to happen outside. Yeah. So this is where I need to copy some of these. Let's worry about this one screen first, and then we'll look at it. Okay. Thanks, Termcat, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Actually, we could have the top as shadow. So if we did the top as shadow, then you always leave one space underneath. So that's got space there. Then this side, that would be. Let me undo some of these things here. There we go. So that would be space. That would be space as well. Yeah, okay. Not that one. This is the bit I hate. I'm not a designer at all, and to me this stuff is just not natural. This is why I'm kind of always complaining about it. Really, I'm always keen to try and find someone now. I never used to be, but now I've got to the point now where I just cannot be bothered trying to figure it out myself. I'd rather just get someone else to do it. So certainly with the Mega 65s, or I've got no chance of doing it on my own. It's too hard. which is coming along nice, by the way. Hopefully on the weekend I'll be able to show you something about the progress on that. It's looking really good though. It's only early days, but the stuff that's there already looks amazing. So, is that going to work there? No, where is it? That one? Yeah, yeah. Okay. See, this one almost needs to not bother being there. I can just kind of be that, but then this piece up here is wrong. So this piece here is that piece. So we're ignoring this bit here. I don't care about that. We'll sort that out. Just wait until they see the cheat for God's sake. Oh, you said 4. Oh, wait. I missed the end of the message. I just assumed you'd put 3 on the end. Oh, dear. Okay, so let's make this. So looking at this, the shadow would be on bottom and so underneath and on the right hand side. So this here would be one missing in the corner. So we're not limited with tiles as well. We can pretty much put as many tiles as we want in here. Which means this probably is fine as it is. I mean, let's take a look. That screen doesn't look too bad. I mean, ignoring this bit here, and it does kind of give it a bit of depth here, which is nice. This bit maybe could be tidied up. Let's just take a quick look at the tile there. Okay. So there's this bit up here. Now, what I can do, I can kind of cheat a little bit with the colors. As long as I use the right palette here. Whoops, and don't accidentally... oh, no, because I need to copy this as well. All right, let me do some copying. I'm going to have to do this a lot, I think. Just find out where that piece is. Got hiccups. Oh God, where is that piece? It's not that. It's not that. Is it that? No. Yeah, it's that. Okay. So can you kind of just cheat a little bit and draw what we would expect here on this one and put it in? Oops. Put it in this spot here. Actually, that's not entirely correct, but that'll do. Thanks for the resub, Honorage. Appreciated very, very much. What goes to stopping me being quite so manic? Actually, it doesn't. It makes me more manic because I just buy more alcohol. See, it creates a little bit of a bleed on this edge here. But actually, if I switch to this palette, okay. What's the red for? The red is for these bits. Actually, I can make it darker. So let's copy the dark grey from here. So it's 57, 54. Okay. I think this should work still. And now it's hidden properly, which looks kind of much better. So the question is, can I do it with these ones as well? All right, let's take a look at this tile here. So this has got two areas that need that same kind of treatment. See, now that's got a piece on it here. I'll come back to these later, but it looks like this could work actually. Yeah, it looks like it could work. Oh yeah, just thanks for the comment as well, Honorage. Brilliant content. I'm glad you think so. Hey, Prince Phase. Reverse engineering a view to a kill seat home mission but I'm wants to use and sees it with on YouTube. Oh, no problem. I'm glad you got some use out of C64 debugger. I tend to swear at it more than I do anything else. But it is a great piece of software. In fact, I am going to save this, but I'm going to save it as a different file. I'm going to call it 22A. Could call it 23, but let's call it 22A, so I know it's an alternate. Yeah, so anyway, while I do this, I just want to quickly chat about the upcoming competition. So the next, it's not even a competition this time. This time it's just a challenge. The challenge being, well, I'll tell you what the challenge. I'll tell you exactly what the challenge is going to be. Just don't start it yet because I need to confirm a few things before that happens. The challenge is going to be to write a classic game. So to take a game, say like Pong or Pac-Man or anything at all. Really doesn't matter what. Just has to be a game of some kind. I say classic game because then it gives us a kind of theme. So, but I mean, it's such a broad a broad kind of area that you can really kind of pick what you want here. I'm not going to dictate too much what you pick. But it will be to rewrite a classic game, but in Basic 10 on the XEMU emulator for the Mega 65. So in order to do that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set a ROM version for you all to use. Yeah, as Akmafin says, it probably will be 911011 anyway, because I think that's the common one. It will be the unmodified version of that from I'll put a way to check that you've got the right one. There's very little difference between the two anyway. It will be using a particular branch of the emulator. And so what I need to do is get a couple of people from various platforms. So somebody on OS X, somebody on Linux, somebody on Windows, probably someone on Pi 400 as well, because I know a few of you are probably going to do that, and work with you guys to make an image this week, ideally kind of before the weekend, so that we can all make sure that we're using the same system. I don't think it will be a huge problem. I think it probably will be okay. But just for safety's sake, let's use the same one, because I don't want to have 20 different versions of the software on my of the emulator on my machine, just to make sure that I can test all the games. The competition will literally just be let's copy this. I'm going to talk while I do this, to just make this this game. It's not even a competition. If you make the game successfully, you are entered into the competition, entered into the prize draw even. And no questions asked. You'll be no questions asked, but no, there'll be no judging of the competition. It's just you make something, it's deemed successfully to be a game, you get entered into the prize draw, and the winner takes one of those things. Sorry, it's really hard to concentrate and talk at the same time. It's because I'm doing design. The winner takes one of those boards. So I'll be announcing that on the weekend. Damn it, I keep pressing the wrong button. Be announcing that on the weekend. So I will try and reach out to a few people to help me to help me create that that kind of those images for everyone to use. So So if you do have an image and you are able to kind of switch the branch out very easily, contact me and I'll make sure we get that. So can you hold up the board so my missus can see it? Okay, so that's the one, that's one in the case. Um, that's the actual board itself. So you can't really see it, but there is one already in there, ready to go. So that's what it'll look like when you get it. Actually, can I open it up? Yeah, I can open it up. Okay. Yeah. Problem is when I do that, I've got to make sure the switch is in the right place because yeah. But I'm gonna probably print another one or two of these cases this weekend, and then I'll send it to you after the weekend because see, that's not gone on right. It's not gone on right. I mean, it's better. I was quite pleased with that. I like the fact I can make a switch and like an embedded switch out of two materials, and it just prints. So it's like printing two interlocked rings, basically. It's kind of cool. Um, you like look at that? That's what you're going to be getting. You're getting one of those, probably in blue and white or white and blue. Actually, let me know which way round you would like. If you would like a white case with blue writing or a blue case with white writing, and I'll print it off in that way for you. Fortunately, I have blue and white at the moment that I can guarantee will work like that. So that's absolutely so like just like that. Okay. I like it that you style your retro computers according to your football club. Actually, yeah, it's kind of red and black, I guess. United fans, so red and black Famicom. Okay, this kind of looks correct-ish. Um, it is going to take a lot of work to do this. I know that for a fact. I can tell just by um, the way this is working now. Uh, but I think it will be worth it. Just need to see how it looks in the game first. So. Okay, sort this piece up here, and then they'll run the game. I think it'll look all right, actually. I think it will look all right. There's a little piece down here that looks like it probably needs colouring in the corner. Yeah, it does need colouring in the corner. Okay. Can't for the life of me remember if this is the right palette to be doing this on, but I'm going to use it anyway. It's either 4 or 2. The problem is these two palettes are exactly the same. So one of them's right and one of them's most definitely wrong. So one of them will flicker and the other one won't. So we might see a mess here in a minute. Okay, let's sort this piece out now. That's this piece here. Okay, so we've got a piece there which looks like that, which does have a lot of kind of color. So it would be like this, basically, that I need to draw. Oh, wait, that isn't the piece. Okay, it didn't draw on it. So it must be that one then. Yeah, okay. But then how do I draw that color properly? Because I can't send the whole, if I send the whole thing gray, it's going to look like that, which looks wrong. So there's this color here, which means I would have to get rid of the red. So let me try. Oh yeah, that works. Okay. Okay, and then there's a piece here, which looks like. Actually, I think I can just draw straight on it here because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's here basically. So you do lose a little bit of color on the edges, but you do get the gray things. I think that's a fair trade-off. It looks better in the rocks, the lack of color, than it does here. So let's go with that. I think that's probably all right. I'm going to mess slightly with the colors here. So I'm going to take this piece here, which is this one, and I'm going to put some colored pieces in here, here. Oh, why has it got? Oh, because I've drawn pixel there and there. And then, oops, just flip that to palette and then I stop doing that. There we go. And then that means these pieces here probably just need one there. Oh, while I'm at it, I'll fix that area down there as well. So for the most part, I'm just copying tiles and that allows me to fix these areas. Should I put a shadow under these? I don't think so. I think these kind of... Let's have a look at it. Let's see how it looks. All right, save project. I have no idea what screen number that is now. I'm going to say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Does that go any further that way? No, it doesn't. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say it's screen 11. Let's export it and see what happens. Probably going to have to do a little bit of this outside of the stream just to kind of speed things up a little bit, because I really do want to get this kind of ready for pre-order kind of viewing by the end of this month, really. So let's just check how that looks on this. Okay, so it goes red on here. Okay, that's fine. That just means what I need to do is copy it from there, paste it there. Same goes for... Where's that piece? Is it that one? Yeah, okay. Oops. Okay. Should be right now. Okay, cool. Let's give that a try. I didn't set the screen number, did I? Looks like every other JRPG on the NES. I missed it. What was it? Okay, that there you go. I did get the wrong font, the wrong palette. Damn it! It's palette number 2. See, now these look out of place. But I do like that. I do like the way that makes it feel. It feels a bit more. Feels a little bit more filled out when it's like that. Damn it! I don't have any power, do I? Okay. Let's just. I'm going to experiment on this screen until it feels right. So let's just try. Let's try putting shadows around these things as well. Don't think it is going to work, but let's try it anyway. Just directly under. I'm not going to do any diagonals from. This one felt wrong here as well. So, uh, oops. So that's not enough, is it? It needs to be a full. First of all, let's get the palette right on these things as well. So it's palette 2 is what I need. These bits here. This bits here. This bit here. And there. And there. And there. Okay. I'm going to do a full 90-degree angle. Sorry, full kind of to the edge rather than a bit down. See how that? Well, no. Let's do these vines first. So that would be like this. See, no, I don't like that at all. Let me try taking the vine because the vines. Thing is, the vines make the top edge seem less flat. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it like that. All right. Hmm. This is why I need to. This is why artists are a good thing. Actually, that one probably is all right on that side. Actually, maybe if I drop it, maybe if I make it less, less, less of a like, make the depth less so that it feels like they're sticking out at a less of a gap than the wall is. Okay, I've done here. Maybe that will kind of work slightly more in my favor. So that shouldn't. No, I'm going to make these edges here the same. Okay. It could be this is complete crap and it just doesn't work. I've got to try. Okay, that definitely feels better now with the little gap underneath. These don't feel right though. I think I was right the first time around. Torch on the wall. Kind of looks wrong now because I feel like it should have the grey there instead of the brown. What's it doing? It's swapping between yellow and brown. Okay, so let's leave the torch for a minute. Let's try. Let's put this piece in here and this piece in here, and then I'm going to cut some chunks out in random places. Oh yeah, the torch. It doesn't look right, does it? Doesn't look right at all. I'm going to come back to that though in a minute. I want to just get the bricks in the background right. I think it needs either a semicircle or something. It needs to be smaller or and it needs to be grey when it's sort of like when it's flickering. I don't know because it would light up still, wouldn't it? Just needs to be a flickery light. Yeah, let's. I mean, it definitely looks better. I think with this background in. It does add to it, definitely. You compare that to that, it is quite the difference. Although his hair kind of blends in a little bit now. But I can always darken this grey a little bit, so. Just wondering how that affects those as well is fine. What do you think? Do you think it adds to it? Do you think it looks, I mean, ignoring the torch, do you think the brick pattern adds nicely to the background? Or do you think it looks wrong? While you come up with an answer, I'm gonna put this back like that. So then I should just be able to like cut chunks out in random places. Yeah, it would need variation. I think it needs to be done in kind of sections, like some bits like this and then some other stuff. So okay, let's try that. Hang on. So I'm just wondering if cutting some chunks out like this does anything at all. We're not even using half the number of tiles we can use, so it'd be good to kind of vary it a little bit, maybe add some different patterns in somewhere. Yeah, that's kind of nice actually. I like it with the bits missing on it. Actually, what I really want to do. Yes, okay, I know what I want to do. Just to add even more variation into it. Okay, I'm liking this idea so far. If I have to change it so that the torch is different, that's fine. I'll come back to that. Let's. What I want to do is I want to create a new tile down here. Okay, so we've got all of this room here for tiles down to here. So it's quite a lot. Still tons of room here. Don't have a lot of room in the characters, but there are some dotted around all over the place that we can use. Just need to make sure that they're not being used in other scenarios. So for instance here, that rock should be, where is that piece? It's there at the top. Okay. Actually, it's not. What is that at the top? Oh no, that's a normal piece. Okay. Just got to look out for things disappearing as well because I'm doing a lot of changes. So we need to fix that over there. So let's fix it on this piece here. Okay, so what I wanted to add is, and I should just about have room for it. I can probably use these bits here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the basic shape that I want. Oops. Okay, so the light is coming this way. So let's lighten that edge up. Okay, needs a bit of kind of dithering on this side, I think. It's not quite right. Let's just darken it all up. Okay, it's all dark. There you go. I'm gonna maybe put some in the gaps here just to do anti-alias it slightly. That looks all right. And see now I can dot them around as well. It just adds a bit more variation, so that's kind of cool. Part of me feels okay. Let me try something because it's a bit too bright here. So let me try. Oops. Nah, I can't tell what it is. All right. Oops. That's a bit better. uh, the empty discs. Yeah, this is just search for Easy Flash. You should find it. This one is for Game Boy Advance, but it does work in a Game Boy as well. Okay, I kind of like that. That looks all right. One other thing I'd like to maybe do is something similar to this. So I'm just going to make. I'm going to do another screen over here now. So let's move on to this screen because that kind of looks nice. I kind of well, actually, let's block out all the color on this this torch. So it's just the torch on the wall, or just make it smaller. Actually, let's try making it smaller. Maybe there's just too much going on. Thanks for the follow. Forecast Dizzy Fox. How does a scientist fresh the experiments? Oh dear. That's a 7 out of 10. Yeah. I think that still needs to be. It's just not, something's not quite right about the shape of it, but I think it was better the first time. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Would this work on a DS Lite if it was a Game Boy Advance? Oh, I'm not sure actually. It's a Game Boy Color ROM. Now, Game Boy Color does run on the Game Boy Advance. I don't think it runs on the DS Lite. I don't think so. So even though it's in a Game Boy cart, because it's a Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance actually will run Game Boy Color ROMs. So even though the cartridge will fit, it probably won't run the ROM. So the actual release game is going to be on a cartridge like this. Just split this open instead of keep doing this all the time. So that's what the cartridge will look like. So this is a I don't know. This is one of the flash cards that I've got. I'm being sent an actual sample of the cart, the cart type it will go on, so I can test out the game. But that's what I'm thinking. It will kind of not what I'm thinking. That's what it will be on. So, all right. So I'm going to just blank out most of this torch now, and I'm just going to keep a little bit around the top of it. Oops. Maybe not with that one on. There we go. So that one is here. So you can tell I'm concentrating because I'm really struggling to talk. Such is the intense concentration at the moment. Oops, actually, should probably not have done that. Should do that instead. All right. Okay, that narrows it down to just like 3 areas around the torch, so that might be a little bit better. But let's see how that looks in game, and then we'll move on to the next screen. But this is what I'm going to do. Lots of these kind of little decorations around the screen. Actually, one thing I do notice on which one is the one I've been working on. They're both the same. Okay. It needs a bit more of the. Oops, no, not that. It needs a bit more of this, where there would be tiles, so it looks correct. Otherwise, it's going to look out of place. Whereas now it looks like it kind of fits in properly. Actually, I could probably no, because no, that's fine. All right, let's try that. See, I'm not too. I can kind of do a little bit of pixel art, just not not to the level that some people can do it with. When you get lots and lots of colors, I just get completely lost. I can't do it. But um, on a small scale, I can probably just about handle it. So, how long would you need these days to make a game like Super Mario One? You could probably do it in a year if you had the time. If you was on it full time. Yeah, see that looks all right. That's not too bad either this time around. It still is a little bit too uniform, but I can come back to that. The variation looks okay in the background. The kind of gaps look nice. And these yeah, this is feeling better actually. So compare that to what it was before, and in this mode, yeah, and it should definitely look more plain in this mode, which it does. Okay, cool. I've been Tony Pan on a Gameboy. Okay, cool. Can you please guide me to be a tree programmer? Um, I don't know what a tree programmer is. Oh, a better program. You had me thinking. You had me thinking what a tree programmer was then for a while, for a minute. So, what do you know that I don't know? What's this? What's this special branch of programming? Oh dear. It was almost funny. Branch. That's tree programming is a programming branch. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Oh dear. Whew. All right, let's dot some more around. So it's filled that in nicely for me, so I don't have to do that. I just have to dot these around. Now the drops do appear behind the scenery until they come out. Then when they come out, they appear in front of the scenery. So that's not going to be too much of a problem because if you look, if I were to put a drop here, um, edit mode, it's actually almost completely out by the time it reaches the bricks. So you may see a tiny glitch as it goes over the bricks, but it should be fine, I think. Okay, so let's fill. Oh, no, I'm in item mode now. Damn it! All right, let's fill everything in, and then work on adding the shadows. It does mean that the levels are going to take a little bit longer to create, because I have to think about it. Probably once I get into the swing of it, it'll probably be all right. But for the first couple of screens, this is going to be painful. See, like that. That's a weird. Is it that one? Oh yeah. See, it's almost touching on that side, so that's fine. Oh god damn it. Yeah. All right. And then okay, I don't need two of these now, so I don't know why I've got two of these. Let's just get rid of one. Which probably means oh no, it's still there. Okay. It's just too many of those. I don't want to overdo it with things either. No, I'll do. So you got to be careful with the gaps that they don't get too confused with the shadows, or else it will look a bit weird. Do you need maths for starting your programming? No, not to start it. I mean, it obviously helps, but it depends what you want to do with programming. To be honest, knowing a little bit of maths is always going to help you, but because of the algebra and stuff. But it doesn't necessarily have to be about maths. Um, it's more about logic. It's more about being able to describe things in terms of if this and this. If something is this and this, then I want to do this. So, for instance, with a game, if there isn't a wall to the left of me and the player is pulling left, then walk left. It's just about combining pieces of logic, really, and that's not too hard. I think most people know how to do that. You do it subconsciously all the time. You go to the shop, um, you know how to kind of look for certain things because you go, I'm in the milk aisle, I'm looking for milk, but there is no milk, therefore there must be no milk. You use logic all the time. It's just about being able to write it down and utilize it. That's deep. Yeah, actually, steps. That's a really good thing. If you want to learn about this type of programming in particular that I'm doing now, as Step says, human resource machine, absolutely incredible game, and the game that brought me back to coding on the C64. Fully credit that game for bringing me back, um, because I played it and I was like, oh, this is just like what I used to do on the Commodore 64, and then I just started um, looking at how to get back into that. Ended up buying a Commodore 64 online, and now I'm doing it all the time. I'm doing it pretty much full time outside of my normal job. So uh, I do it as a hobby, but it feels like so much fun. Uh, did you finish the entire game? How long did it take you? I think I finished it quite quickly though because I took it with me on holiday. I hadn't when I first played it, I was on holiday, so I ended up playing it because I had gone to Bali, so it was a long flight. It's like a 16-hour flight, so um, I think I completed most of it on that flight. There was a couple that I hadn't done. Uh, yeah, TIS 100 is close to SM, but TIS 100 is nowhere near as much fun as um as Human Resource Machine. Yes, I've heard that before. That's the problem. That's the problem with the programmer, Mr. G. Yeah. That is the problem with programmers is we will look at that and go, well, that's logic. That's what you asked me to do. So put brackets around your conditions. Okay, so here's a definite place that I'm going to copy and utilize this area down here. So again, I'm going to uh, so I need to copy that piece. Where is that piece? Is it that? No, it's that, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Okay. And then, oh, God damn it, I keep pressing the wrong buttons in this. Is that the right number? I feel like that's too long, isn't it? Yeah. Also, I apologize for the dead air. There's loads of dead air in this because I'm just so busy thinking about things. I'm not I'm not great when it comes to this kind of stuff, unfortunately. Hey, Doctor, welcome. Okay, so that definitely needs copying because now I need to shave a bit off here, which means okay, I'll come. Jesus Christ. Okay, and then that means I need to pick this palette. Wait, why is that drawing that there? Ah, there we go. Right. Okay. Oh, God's sake. No, see, that feels like that would probably work better in that position. No, not that one. That's totally wrong. In fact, let's get rid of that one. That should be there. Be that one. And then that will be this piece, that palette. Okay, cool. Which is that piece, yep. Actually, there needs to be a gap here, doesn't there? Because this is shadow here. So bottom piece would have a little bit of something on it. Man, this is hard. This is difficult. Okay. Same with this piece here, actually. So I've made this edge piece, and it's kind of pointless. It shouldn't even be there. This should just be. What is that bottom piece? Where is that coming from? Is that piece? Yeah. Okay. That shouldn't be there at all. Because this is a shadow down this side. So what it should be is this piece should have bits missing from it. There we go. That's better. Okay, posting chains. Hopefully this is going to get easier once I've done a couple of screens. I realize it's probably the most boring of all streams ever. So on Saturday we're going to do probably some more level design actually on pick and mix, and then at 12 o'clock I'll switch over to Mega 65 stuff, and I'll show you what I've been up to this week with the sprite engine. It's looking pretty good. The sprite engine, it's powerful. I'm just optimizing some of the stuff around. Is that right? That probably could do with shaving the corner slightly. I'm optimizing some stuff to do with the way the way that sprite attributes are handled. So the ability to be able to switch out, switch the direction of a sprite from facing left to facing right, and to increase the height now. So I had 192 16 by 16 sprites. And the latest iteration, the engine can change the height of those sprites. So I've now got it doing 32 by 48 sprites at um 32 lots of 32 by 48 sprite, yeah, which are quite big. I mean, they're like a quarter of the screen high almost. So right, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. When I come back, we'll keep plodding on with this. I think it's looking nice now. I think it definitely has a bit of depth to it. What I might do, as I said, is vary it a little bit. So when we get down to red brick like this, is I'll actually change the background to probably be more like a faded out version of this instead. So there will be a bit of variation as we go through, and maybe something else somewhere else as well, because we've got some other tiles as well that we can use. So I'm going to try and vary it up a little bit so it's not quite the same everywhere. Got to be careful that we don't want to use all of these tiles just to do this bit, but I think it definitely adds to it. I mean, that looks way better with that now, and just lifts it one level above what we were seeing on the C64. So it really, really kind of makes it look good. All right, I'm going to take 5 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. That is. Oh, I know what it is. I think anyway. I'm going to say it at the last minute. Rolling Ronnie, I think. God, call yourself ST fans. Well, I say call yourself ST fans. I mean, call yourself an ST fan. No, you don't. But you've used an ST, and to the ST community, that makes you a fan. They've got to take everything they can. Okay, let's. So this should be quite easy because this is using these colors anyway. So, oops. So this should be quite easy to add in. Just basically over the top of the original. So, and maybe let's not go right up to the. Let's leave a gap around it, like so. Yeah. And this is. Yeah, there you go. I think that's right. Yeah, looks correct down here. That's correct here. Okay. And would there be any more up here? Maybe 1 pixel here. I think. Let's leave it there. Let's probably do the next. which is this one. Should be pixels here, here. There'd be a gap here, and then this would be. Yep, that looks fine. And then the chains. Okay, so this again pretty easy. Okay, we need to copy bits in here. Oops. Okay, I have to draw this bit in, I think, because there is no other way of fitting it in. Be there like that, there we go. Probably leave that one out, I don't think it's needed. Because otherwise it would be kind of like that. And that kind of ruins it, so it would be like that, and then that leaves us an orphan pixel, which looks weird. So actually, yeah, I'll just get rid of the orphan. It just looks odd, that pixel. Okay, cool. Let's do the chain on the other side. Which is done. Okay, cool. That was easy. See, it gets easier as we go along. Right, and now we just need to add a random gap in somewhere. So the gap, I want a better gap piece. So let's find one that's not being used. I think this is no longer being used. Oh no, that needs to go there like that. There we go. Hang on, is that right? Should it be? Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Okay. While doing this conversion, have you come across things you wish you'd done on the original? Honestly, no. I'm very proud of the original. I think there's many things in it that I would have liked to have made bigger, but it's only the only reason they weren't bigger is because it was a 16K game. So in terms of anything I'm doing now that I would have liked to have done in the original, I guess just having the game be bigger. But really, that's not a fault of the original. That's just a limitation of the competition that it was entered into, which still hasn't been judged, by the way. I don't think it ever will, to be honest. I think that's a lost cause now. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna create a new one here because I think we could do with a slightly different pattern here. So I'm going to put that here. I want this pattern to be kind of just a chunk missing like that, just so I can kind of dot that. That looks better dotted around than you see. Just because you want some of the gaps to kind of be random, not all. See how these three look identical. So if I put that there, that just kind of shakes it up a little bit, stops it looking quite so samey everywhere. Okay, so now I need to do under the bridge. Also, as I go along, I need to check every screen on and off. So I can see here these go red on the edges, and they shouldn't be doing that. So I need to just double check those tiles in here. This is this one here. Just make sure that the palettes for them are correct. Which is it is this. Oh, it is the same palette, but pixel wise. Because the reason being is when that switches to this, it will look like a weird shade. I should probably make this editor show things. Always .2 as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Everything that I wanted to put in the first one that I couldn't fit in it is kind of in .2. Um, when I finish Doc 2, I do not know. It's kind of been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, but um, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I do want to finish though. I've put a lot of effort into that game. Actually, the Doc 2 is the one that's taught me to do the pixel art, to be honest, because until that point I couldn't do it, and I had to learn to do it to do the kind of extent of the stuff that I want to do on Doc 2. So, well, Doc 1 taught me. Doc 2 made me really kind of think about how to achieve more than just a couple of kind of brick patterns and stuff. To add like these variation tricks and stuff. So, not really tricks, but a little bit more about the kind of the art of doing this properly, or semi properly. I wouldn't say I'm doing it properly, but okay, right. So let's add all of this in here. Might as well fill down here while I'm here. I'm going to be down here eventually anyway, so. Okay. And I just keep using like other screens as a reference to see what I did for those particular patterns on other screens. It's like here I didn't do anything, I just blanked it out. And the fact that you fall down here so quick means it's probably all right to do that, unless I've got a piece that actually has it on that side. I don't think I do though. I mean, I will. I think, yeah, I will need it eventually, so let's do it. Which is this piece here. So copy that there. Oh, God's sake. It's not the most user-friendly thing, this, but it does work, kind of. Okay, so now I need to find that character. So it's just a small, I think it's that one there. Put that in here. Okay, now I should be able to draw on it with this one. And all I need to do is just change the color of this bit here. So actually, I'll switch to that. There we go. And because on that slopes that way, I don't do anything. See, this looks wrong now. How does that look wrong? Did I put something in here by mistake? Yeah, I have put something in here by mistake. God damn it, what was there? Was it that? See, I've got to fix all this outside as well. But it's fine. That's fine. I'll go through all the levels soon and work it out. I don't think that's right. I think that needs to be filled in actually there. This bit here. So if I was just to put that in, what would it look like? Oh, God damn it, it's wrong button again. It would look chopped off. Okay. Yeah, let's find that. Spiral of caps. Oh dear. Is that the piece I'm looking at? That is the piece I'm looking for. Okay, let's put that down there. See, this is the problem. I'm running out of room down here, so I've got to be careful because I want to leave room to be able to add other things in if I need to. I mean, I can always kind of adjust things a little bit here and there, but I don't want to do too many of these extra things down here. I want to save some room for other stuff. It looks like there's more gaps than there really is when you're in that mode because there's a lot of stuff that's just unique to this screen. You know, this kind of view. But there's enough in here to make some nice variation, I think, still. Just got to be careful with these bits, that's all. That's a 4. Yeah, see, that's better there. That's because there wouldn't be a shadow on this piece here. There would on that. Oh, God damn it. Okay, there is a difference here. There is a slight difference here. Okay, so let's copy that. So it depends on what's above it. So in this case, not that one. Sorry, which one was it? Is it that one? Oh, damn it. Yeah, so it's in. See, on that one, that's fine, but on this one, it needs to have the brick pattern in it. That pixel looks out of place there. That one. It's tedious stuff. This. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I ran out of orange juice. Thank you for the reminder. Strawberry and lime. What have you got, Andy? What are you drinking? What are you wetting your whistle with? Did I just rob your fridge? Oh shit, you've caught me. You know where I am. See, this is feeling good now. This is feeling like it's working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop caring about the ones that are outside and just work on these areas first. Then we'll go back in and just run through a little bit of it and see what it feels like. I might add one more tiny kind of addition to the level if I can find a good spot for it. There's a few characters over here still that I can use, I think, and there's a couple up here as well. So yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more decoration to this pattern. But I also want to have a new pattern when I get into the red area, so I need to be careful I don't use too much. Otherwise, I'll have to start going back and changing things. Okay, let's find that tile. So it's that one here. Okay, so see, I'm trying to reuse bits here now, so I don't do too much extra stuff. So I'm trying to find pieces like that will. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. See how that's slotted in nicely there and not that pixel's wrong. That okay. Yeah, it's fitting perfectly. That excellent. The question is, do I put anything behind these to make these look like they stick out a little bit more? I mean, do I do would it be? Oh my God, I can't bloody see it now with all the different that one there. Do I do that? It's a platform, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, I think it looks right. What do you call two barracuda fish? A paracuda. What's that? I mean, per- per- is that some word I don't know? Is there some wordplay there that I'm just not getting? Or is that just the worst joke that we've ever had? No, it's yeah, I thought so. I thought I thought it was missing some joke somewhere, but I'm glad to know it's just fucking terrible. Okay, cool. Right, let's give this a save, and then if this looks fine, I'm going to try and add a bit more stuff in here because we've got this kind of vast expanse here that's kind of empty. So I just want to see. I'm quite pleased with how this is turning out. Actually, these. Oh, actually, let me add some variation in again. So, what did we have? We had the like little tiny gap. Wait, is that even being used? Oh yeah, it's being used there. Okay. Yeah, this one. Okay, so then like no, spoke too much. There we go. Too symmetrical there. That'll do. Oh, this is really slow going now, but I like how it looks. I like how it looks. This is what I meant by having that final kind of um the final kind of polish to the screens that just so when I go to show this off on because this needs to, on a pre-order page you want um uh on a pre-order page you want a decent video and some decent screenshots so people are enticed to buy the game, and this is just lifts it just that tiny little bit more. The funny thing with the jokes is when they're programming jokes they're not bad, and I don't know if that's because the nerd in me is just finds the programming jokes more funny, because I'm nerdy enough to find them funny, or if it genuinely is that they're better jokes. But I mean, Paracuda, what the fuck? That's not even a joke. That's just somebody saying some stuff. So this is what I mean about it going behind things. You can barely notice it because by the time it comes out, it flicks in front and it's fine again. So that's all right. Torches don't look too bad. I might do some work on making these look a bit better. Yeah, this is so much better. In fact, it really does add depth to it. It's incredible how much difference it's made. I mean, Doc's hair might need lightening up slightly because it kind of blends in a little bit with the bricks. It makes his hair look kind of weird sometimes. Like if I stand in just the right place, he's got a very square head now. I mean, he was always quite square anyway, but he does have a tiny bit of a curve on it, as you can see. But when he's the right height for the bricks to absorb into his head, so now it looks like he's got a really flat top head. But he does have grey hair, so I have to keep the grey hair. I might just have to lighten it a little bit or something. It's not a big problem. It's in his own palette anyway. So that nearly went horribly wrong. Emma can completely the wrong way around. Bit of umpa. Get some just for dogs. Okay, I think we found who wrote the jokes for Shimmerbot. Um, okay, what I'm going to do, because I am pausing a lot, and Andy's got a good point there. I'm going to start the race on 15-minute intervals. So I'm going to start the race now, and then it'll be every 15 minutes because I am stopping and pausing a lot. So it's a really good point there, Andy. Thank you for that. He wasn't telling me I was being, yeah. He's just coming up with good suggestions. That's all. So there you go. Yeah, races are on 15 minutes intervals now. So spam away, guys. Amiga. Oh, you disappointed me with the last one because Rolling Ronnie was an Amiga game as well. So I'm surprised no one got that. Oh, this is easy. God, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Actually, I thought someone was going to get that a lot quicker than that. I said it was easy, and then I immediately doubted myself, which is kind of par for the course for me. Okay, so here's a tricky thing now. So in this case, there's a ladder here. So I'm actually not going to put anything. So where there's ladders, there will just be a gap in the bricks. Or no, see this is tricky now because ladders won't always be up against a wall like this. Okay, let's for now assume that this ladder is always going to be up against a wall. Or we ignore shadows. Yes, let's just ignore shadows for now. Okay, so it looks like this. So it's a bit of a clue that there's a ladder here is you'll see that there's no shadow, which I don't mind actually. That's kind of a nice subtlety to the game, even though it's just it's because I want to save memory. If I've got room, and I'll fill it in, but if not, then it doesn't really matter. Okay, so in a part like that, it's got a gap there, like that. So that's pretty much it. What is that there? That's wrong. What have I done there? Have I broken something? I have, haven't I? All right. Yeah, okay, that shouldn't be like that. That should be more like... Oh no, maybe that's actually right, because it's there as well. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So then what is this down here? So this is this bit here. Okay, so it's just a little piece missing, like so. So, no, maybe that one needs to go in the top corner. Oh, fuck. I keep pressing that button. Which means that one needs a gap as well, which I thought I had made somewhere. No, okay. So, oh, actually, it's in the bottom corner, isn't it? Maybe I do. Yes, I do. There you go. Cool. One in the middle. Cool. Okay, right. I'm actually going to try and make a new piece here as well, just to shake things up slightly. So this has got the kind of the feel of an underground sewery kind of thing. So, um, with these vents on the bottom here. So what I'm going to try and do is hopefully I can do this. It should work, I think. Okay, so let me copy one of these. Let me put that piece in. I'm going to do it here. This might be actually let's do it like this. Start small and central. Oh crap! I can't. I don't have the right colors for this. Okay, hang on. No, it's not going to work. I don't have the colors. All right. I was hoping I'd have a green and a grey together, but I don't. A green and a brown, but it's not really going to work. All right, it's all right. I'll just have a think of some other stuff while I do it. I'll just keep on colouring these tiles in the background. And if I think of something, then it's going in. Let's colour the background in some more. Let's just do the fill first. It's easier if I work from the fill up to like the full pat. Oh, I like this tune. It's funky. Okay, we've got a platform edge here and a torch here. Okay, so that is going to need a little bit of reworking. Yeah, okay, that's good. Looks good. That one there needs the gap at the top. That one there needs that. It's all good, all good, all good. I just noticed as well that that means the shine on this is kind of in the wrong place. The shine on everything is kind of in the wrong place. Um, Actually, it's fine on this piece. It's fine on these pieces here. Um, I mean, it's such a minor detail. I don't think it's a huge problem. But I have just realised that the light is actually coming from two different directions here. So if you look at this crate, the light is actually hitting the top and the right hand side. And if you look at the bricks, the same here. It's coming from the top right. And if you look at these coming from the top right, and you look at the TV screen, it's coming from the top right. Um, but then if you look at the shadows are falling this way, so it's like it's coming from the top left. But it's already a mix anyway. If you look at the bricks down here, these bricks contradict what we've seen up here. And to be honest, I've only just noticed, so I think it'll be fine. I'm certainly not going to go through and redesign it all anyway. So if a cave, if a screen has a mix of these and these, then I'm just going to go for the standard pattern in the background. If it has just red bricks, then I'll go for something different. So let's fill this all in first. Okay, so this is one area where the bridge disappears. So that's why we're not seeing the pattern underneath the bridge, because it's a slightly different area. It's this one here. I mean, we can still put it in. That's absolutely fine, and we should put it in. But that's why we're seeing that. Now, this bit is a bit different because this... I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I suspect if I try and put brick pad in here, it's going to animate this way, although it might only be removing these bottom 5 lines. But that's fine. I'm not gonna... I think it looks fine anyway. Again, it adds, even though it's not the right shadow, it kind of still adds a bit of depth to it here. Anyway, I do need to add a different kind of brick here, with this one missing down here. Okay, so this is a weird one, which I think is... I saw this before. Where was it? This is that one? No, not that one. Where was it? I definitely saw it. That's not that one either. God damn it! Where have you gone? Ah, there it is. So this should only need one here, and then technically underneath it here. So need to find that piece, which I think is that one there. Yes. Okay. Now there's no other case for this to have anything other than brick on it. So let's just draw the brick directly into this. On a bottom piece, so it should just be so. Okay. This one kind of needs a mix like that. There we go. See, a lot of these pieces are already done for me. That's the cool thing. So now it's just a matter of picking out the right ones to make things look right. Okay, spikes. Let's add some new versions of the spikes just with an extra brick pattern here, because I know the spikes exist in a few different places. So I'm just gonna add a version with the brick pattern in down here. Not going to do anything else in here other than that. I think that's fine. I don't want to copy these spikes too much. I think that's absolutely fine. That's good. If only the C5 was a joke. I kind of want a C5. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you wouldn't do anything with it. It's not like you'd even dare go on the road in it. I mean, can you imagine being in front of a bus on one of those bloody things? But I kind of want one just because they're ridiculous. They're so ridiculous that I want one. Okay, should the terminals have a shadow on them as well, like that? I'm going to say yes, because I think anything that kind of stands out like that should... I mean, it would imply that you could bounce into it, but like bump into it. But I think it makes it look like it's more scenery. I don't drive, I C5. Yeah. Yeah. Clearly never saw how unstable it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the idea was behind it. It was a ridiculous idea, but okay, waterfall. Oh, interesting. Should I put a shadow on the waterfall? I guess he should, really, shouldn't you? I mean, it's still something that blocks the light, so yeah. definitely. Thank you for the follow, Douglas Courier. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the crazy. I'm going mad. It's not that crazy, but I'm going crazy doing this mapping stream where I'm sending myself mad trying to touch up some of these screens. I should have done this a long time ago instead of doing it now when I've already made quite a large chunk of the levels of the level. That's the thing about this game, actually. It's only I don't have to make multiple levels. It is literally just one level, so it's just one very big level. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. So again, we need to keep an eye on these. I think these are going to appear in front at some point. So just need to watch what happens with those. Can I stick any more of these grates on the ground anywhere? I'm going to put one there and one there. Not any on that one. Okay. Leave that. All right, cool. So the other thing as well is doors. Doors just get replaced, right? They need to have a look at what happens with these. We may need to change the character that gets drawn behind the door. Because at the moment it's just going to draw a gap, I think. Which I mean isn't a huge loss, but it'd be nice if it was had completely disappeared, if you like, when the door has been opened, instead of what's going to happen right now, which is it's going to leave a gap. I mean, we can change the pattern that's alongside the door. That's not a problem. And in fact, we need to do this. So we need to, yeah, we're going to have to try these things out because I'm not even sure if this is going to work properly. Like that. Is that going to work now? Or is it going to get stuck here or something? I mean, it should work. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Well, I say I don't see any reason. It's exactly my problem. I am worried that it might break. So I obviously do see some kind of reason. But I would assume if I've done it properly that it would be all right. I just can't guarantee I've done it properly. If that makes sense. Okay, so again, here is a ladder, right? There's a ladder right here, which is fine because I've already got brick pan on it. So as long as I don't go over that brick pan, then the ladder should remain. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's get down to here. There's this whole area as well. Is it's like a path that might be taken at some point. So I'm going to fill that in with brick, so I know that it is going to be filled in. But I've not got to this point yet, so I'm not going to do the shading on that area. But let's try and get down to that bit. Also, I noticed how the editor's a lot more stable since I made the changes last week or the week before. Is this my export? I think it is. Soon find out. Okay, cool. So I've got a red key, so I might as well open that. This kind of looks okay. Everything looks nice here. Yeah, this feels much more like a Game Boy game now. Okay, yes, let's keep an eye on these when they jump up. Oh, are they going behind the bricks? They are going behind the bricks. Okay. So we might need to change that. And is the bat going behind the bricks? Or is it just because it's got loads of gaps in it? No, okay. But those are definitely going behind the bricks, so I need to make a note of that. So arrow priority when jumping. Okay, that's an easy one. We're already doing it for the things. Why do you see the door being unplotted? Is that intentional? Yeah, the way the door works when I just wait for this to go. There we go. So when I go and open the door, the way it works is it opens by just removing the tiles behind it. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna sleep on that and have a think about how best to do that, because what it needs to do is make, if it is going to fill it in, it needs to make sure it fills in and leaves a gap here. Now that, I mean, it could be as simple as just when you're filling in the characters, draw 3 normal brick characters and then a blank space. It could be that simple, but I need to have a think about it. But at least the door works anyway, so that's one thing. Okay, cool. It looks nice though, I've got to say. I do like the feel of that style. Definitely works. It also makes it so that the Game Boy Classic version feels different, a lot more different than that screen. Even though it's, you can tell it's the same layout. I do feel like this is a more classic version of a Game Boy game, whereas this is a more enhanced version. So it does work. It's kind of nice. Oh man. Because the other problem with the door as well, of course, is that if you were if you're being true about the shadow in here, then technically this shadow here would go all the way up. Here like this. Oops. Yeah, you know what I mean, with that filled in as well. And then when the door opens, it would reduce back down to that again. Um, that might be too much, but I can definitely get it to fill this in up here. The depth thing doesn't matter too much, I guess. Thanks for the thanks for the follow, Fanny Snack Man. I like that. That name is a little bit ridiculous. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. I do like the ridiculous names. I've got to say, this is the inner child in me. I think I'm still kind of a 13-year-old boy at heart. It's not a great thing to be fair, but I think that is what happens with me, especially when it comes to humor, or my lack of humor, whatever you want to look at it as. Find it, yes. I've always found that word a bit ridiculous, um, just because the Americans say it just so it just casually rolls off their tongue, and I don't think they realize what they're saying half the time. Well, they know what they're saying. It just means nothing to them. So, should that be that? No, let's stick with that one. I feel like that should be indented though, although we haven't really done that around these areas here. So, but I think whenever it's the red bricks, I'm going to be very strict about how it interacts with the red bricks. So that would mean that it needs to be that instead. Their president, yeah. uh, it's so nice to be able to turn on. I say turn on the TV. I never turn on the TV. It's so nice to kind of read the news and not be kind of afraid of what I'm going to see. It's just like normality has been resumed. It's kind of nice. I do kind of miss like it's almost like sometimes it's kind of like waiting for Christmas, or the Christmas but a fear version of Christmas. You're kind of excited to see what crap is under the tree today. Um, And I kind of do miss that a little bit. Okay, I need to add some variation. I realized I've not been adding variation in, so I need to go back and do that in a second. But I'm sure for the people in America, they're glad not to be living that anymore. We're back on the right timeline again. Yeah, it is almost like we diverged and went to some weird alternate reality, and now we're back, and like everyone's like, "Did that just happen? Was that a dream?" Uh, Oops, that's not the right one, is it? Where is it? Is it that one? That one there? Nope, there. Where's the one? I've got to rearrange these or something because is it that one? There it is. I should probably dot these around first, shouldn't I? And then oops. And then occasionally you just need a random piece like that. So my search for a Mega 65 artist has, I think, pretty much come to an end. I've Stoker has been doing a little bit of art for me after we spoke briefly at the end of Thursday stream, I think it was, and I can't wait to show you what he's been doing. It's so good. So I'm really excited about that. So that one doesn't look right there. Maybe that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. It's going to be pretty awesome. Basically the idea that I wanted to do, I think, is definitely possible now. With the old Perseus adventures thing. Oh shit, there's a ladder. Supposed to be a ladder there, isn't there? Hang on. Yeah, okay, I can't do that. Okay, so gotta be careful that I don't destroy the ladders whenever I do these things. So that's fine. That's fine. It's as good as Furroy's bitty picks. It's different. It's not 8-bit porn, which is what Furroy's game was. That was brilliant. Still waiting for a cartridge. I need to go and check that actually. Need to see if there's a cartridge version of that out yet. Good night, Quadricils. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I can't put 3 of these in here. Okay, that's fine. Question is, should this be some? Yeah, let's move that one over. Oh shit, that's the bottom of the. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Easy enough. Boom. Job done. There we go. Okay, so let's color this one in as well. So I say, whenever there's the red bricks, I really should be changing this up. So I'm kind of feeling like I should have changed it in this one here. Maybe after this door. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what we like for pattern wise. Okay, we've still got a lot left in here. Uh, what would a new pattern look like? So I think it should kind of copy this kind of weird pattern dotted around here, which means really it would need to be at the very least it would need to be like this pattern repeated, or this and this pattern repeated dotted around. Let's try some stuff out. I don't want to use too many squares, too many characters here. Squares, I'm calling them squares. So let me just put these in and have a think about how we do this. Okay, so color wise, it's going to be a bit easier here because there's less organic edges. Everything is straight edges. So I think we can just drop straight into the gray here. It also means we can probably use more than just the one color in here as well. So that's a very simple that's this thing here, but then that doesn't look quite right. So I don't think it's going to be that big. I think it needs to be think about this. If I did it as problem is I only really have shades of grey in here to do anything with. So what about if I make it a bit smaller there as well? Let's just dot this around. Again, though, this also changes these. Oh shit! Okay, this is not going to be that easy because it changes the way these torches work as well. Might not be a good idea. Let's just dot it around a little bit. See if I can make it work. So at the moment that's not working. It needs something else. Um, so let's just try and just make something like a monochrome thing just out of the greys, right? So if I did a brick like that, and then I use dithering with the black to shave off a chunk on this side. I mean, maybe maybe get away with a little bit on that. Okay, that works a little bit better. Okay, right. So okay, so let me think about this. So if we try and copy the pattern in here, what we could do is if we just whoops, just undo that. Just put this pattern in here like that. Oh, actually, I wonder if that would work. Okay, that does work quite well, actually. and then I'm only using this up here, which is already here. So all I would need to do is create a version of this that is a bit shorter. So basically, we're ending it a bit quicker. Which probably means trimming all these colors down a little bit. Okay, so yeah, this might work. Kind of, it's just a bit bright in this corner, so it's going to get rid of that completely and just trim this in so it's a little bit more rounded. And it kind of matches the red bricks as well, so it does feel like it's background. Okay, first of all, let me move that to under here so it's in a normal place. Just get rid of these pieces here so that I can reuse them easily. Oh wait, what the hell did I do there? Did I copy the wrong thing? Yeah, I did. All right. Okay, now this just needs to be mixed up so that there's a few variants of it. So I need a vertical piece. So if I put that in all the slots. Okay, so it's let's do the outline first. So yeah, this will work, I think. Did anyone ever manage to get on with Zoids? I can't say I've ever played Zoids actually. At least not that I recall. I probably have played it, but I just don't remember. Yeah, this could actually work, I think. Torches might need a bit of work to get. These might need changing in this area. Um, okay, so let's come back to here. Okay, so if I just fill this in kind of half an hour, so it's kind of like a curvy approach to the shading. So kind of like that. So if I then duplicate that on this side here, so if I make that go all the way across, uh, like that. Now I'm going to fill this in a minute, but the reason I've done this is because what I want to do is now so. Thing is, it's not quite as dark as the other. It stands out a bit more, doesn't it? Okay, let's just fill it all in. Oops, that's a door. Oh, and also, shit, also the ladder is here, isn't it? Shit, okay. So it does mean we need two different kinds of ladder. Okay. Okay, so that can go over here then. This, I don't think this pattern's going to work. It's not going to work. It's just going to look weird. For a few reasons. I mean, for one, the ladder is going to have a very repetitive pattern behind it. Because it can only really be that, or the horizontal piece. Which means if I put this ladder in here, I mean, yeah, it's very light compared to the brick pattern, isn't it? I wonder what happened. Let me try darkening it up a little bit. First, I want to copy the original pattern because I don't want to lose it. Okay, so let me take the. Start with this. Well, let's start with where the ladder is. Let's get rid of that, right? So let's just tone it down to. Oh, what did I do then? Wrong button, that's why. So it's more monochrome. Yeah, that might work actually. So let's try that on this piece. So it's a case of getting rid of these. May just leave the little shiny piece on here, but tone it down to a shade below. Okay, so that would be, where are those? Oh, because that's this piece here. Okay. And then this top piece here as well. Then I've got one more trick I'm going to try. Okay, so I think the shine still needs to go, which makes them very plain background pieces. But I'm going to use a trick, quite a common trick on the Commodore actually, to make things look like the background, which is to just remove alternate lines from it. Which does have the effect of blending everything together a bit more, though, now. What about if I put the middle out of these? So it's just random pieces like that. That could work a bit better. Okay. That might work. How thrilling is this stream, eh, guys? Yeah, that might work, actually. I get the shadows in the right places. That could look all right, I think. Actually, more interesting than it may appear. Okay, good. I'm glad someone's finding it. It's driving me insane. Oh, why is it two different? Oh, because it's the ladder, isn't it? Okay. You get to see my crazy methods for trying to do art, which is kind of laughable, but I mean it's working, right? It's very trial and error. There isn't much in the way of planning going on here. This is all just kind of random. Oh, look, this kind of works. Let's carry on. Uh, okay, let's sort one room out at the top first, and then we can work. Okay, so let's assume any time the shadow missing at the top, we're just removing and leaving these two here. So like that, and that gives us these pieces. Then these can be kind of random. Oh, damn it. That can't be random because that's the ladder, which I need to. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it, damn it. All right. That's the actual ladder here, this one. I'm going to put that up against the edge. Then I know it's the ladder. Then everything else I'm going to paint in like so. Okay. So now I need to put the ladder back there. That is the ladder. Okay. Blue door. I need a copy of the blue door. 2 copies, in fact. One with the tile there. The tile there. So that can go there, like so. Go there at the top. That's the ladder. So everything else is free game. Mm-hmm. So then shadows down one side. So let's make this out of this one, which would be and then so then the only thing left is to kind of vary these a bit so that they don't look too patterny. Now they're going to look a bit patterny here because of because of the ladder. That's fine. But maybe at the top here. So let's vary those a little bit. Let's do Okay. So now we need some stuff like this. Still got tons of tar rims, that's good. Wait, is this collision? Oh yeah, it is. I need to get rid of that. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that. Oh, but that needs a shadow underneath it, so nothing there at all. And then that. This would be, which would be nothing here and a partial thing here. Okay, so let's copy that to here and here. It's not the same thing, but okay, I'm going to get rid of the torches for now. We'll come back and do the torches. So I've got everything else in place. So I'm just going to paint over those for now. And the grates as well. Because I want to take a look at how this looks in game in a minute. Do you know what? I'm still not convinced by it. I still think it looks a little bit. We'll see how it looks in game. If I can't get it to look right, then I'm just going to switch back to these bricks because these bricks look pretty cool. I quite like those. I feel like this is not going completely to plan, really. Let's maybe change up the pixels slightly. So. It's just, I can't get it to feel right. Not keen on it at all. Okay, I'll tell you one thing that might help if I just. Oops. Just making some gaps in places to see if that kind of helps break it up slightly. It could just be the repetition that's making it look weird. It could also just be the brick, so I'm pretty sure it's just not working. But let's try. Let's get down to there and take a look. Oh, hang on. Make some of the bigger blocks pop out and some in the shadow black. It looks too busy. Okay, so make some of the bigger blocks pop out and some in shadow black. Yeah, so this is the problem, getting the blocks to pop out with a limited palette, because I'm already using the darkest gray here. So let's try. Okay, let's try drawing on this one, right? So if we were to make this one pop out more, we could maybe add one for lighter gray on the edges, maybe, and then use the darker gray to kind of fill it in. You mean like these ones here? Yeah, they do look super busy, don't they? Hang on, let me undo that. So one of the problems is I've got to be careful because there's a ladder here, right? So this ladder has to use some kind of repetitive pattern. Maybe the horizontal pattern will look better. I mean, that kind of implies there's a ladder there, doesn't it? Which is kind of nice. So I like the other bricks. The other bricks work well. These do not work quite as well. The other option is to not go for this kind of random pattern as well, but to go for a more, because I mean I'm using tons of tiles to do this as well. Whereas if I went for something that was a bit just, oh, damn it, thing, so more of a staggered approach like that, so it was still a brick pattern everywhere. That might work a little bit better. Let me just put it in everywhere except for where that freaking ladder is, because now it's a pattern that you're familiar with. It's like a brick pattern that everybody's used to seeing. I'm going to fill it all on here, so that kind of that looks less busy because it's now, even though it's a repetitive pattern, it's a repetitive pattern that we can then chop up by putting holes in it. Yeah, with blocks missing. Yeah, exactly. It's always good to have an artist in the chat. Give me some ideas and direction, because I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just making guesses. Look, low bearing. Yeah, that's what I did with these ones here. So what I'm going to do. So first of all, I'm going to, well, no, I'm going to keep them in. I'm going to change the ladder to actually have two sections to it. So this is the ladder at the moment. I'm going to get rid of this and move it here, which means this is going to make something disappear, which is that one there. Oh, actually, no, I just need to do it here, don't I? Okay, so not that one, sorry. Oh, man, it's difficult doing all this. There we go. Okay. Because now the ladder will hide properly as well. If I like that, and then in here, tile. So now this is still a ladder, but now it's hidden in the bricks a bit better. Oh, of course, I've got the freaking pattern the wrong way around, haven't I? Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete anything that's not. There we go. Right. So it's the big one on the top. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm still on the ladder here. God damn it. There we go. Big one on the top. There we go. Right. So now I'm going to fill that in. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Okay, let's get this in and get it working on the doors as well. Right, so this door needs, it's got a big one on the top, which means it's that one on the bottom, which means that one's on the bottom there. So that fits now. Now we need one with the missing piece on the top. And then once I've got the pattern working all over, I can add some variation pieces. So this is just this piece missing here. Cool. And now just need to do these little bits across here and put one in the top corner for this one. Yeah, that was the trick, I think. Okay, so this piece is wrong then. So this should be the back piece here, like so, but with the right palette on it. Yep. And nothing underneath. Yeah, I'm just going to leave big gaps under these for now. Instead of the half gaps that we've been leaving on the smaller brick pan. It doesn't make too much of a difference on the big pan, so it's fine. And that means on this one, well, that can just go. Actually, that can just be like that, and then I can just use one of these like so. Kind of looks fine. So that means on these pieces. So that's this. No, it's not. It's actually, what is it? Hang on. It'd be this, wouldn't it? Yeah. So we've already got that piece. Got that piece. Got that piece. That would be one of these. That's looking a lot better. Right, cool. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh, my chat's been disconnected. Okay, I'm just going to add some big bricks in here. Then I'm going to do a quick test, and then I'm going to call it a night because it is getting quite late. I've been getting carried away with this. Forgot what time it was, to be honest. But this is feeling okay now. I feel like I can make this work. So did the stream? Oh, it's back. Okay. I don't know why. It's done that a couple of times recently. I don't know why. Strange. Okay, so we're only using these two now, which means all of this area here is kind of free for use. The ladder I need to leave because we've got two types of ladder now. So we are running out of space down here, but I think there's probably enough variation that it looks okay. And actually, the gap that this door leaves behind will act as a nice kind of border between the two. So I'm going to leave those gaps in. I'm not going to have doors that work out what needs to be drawn behind it. I think that's fine. So let's work out some variation for this screen. Give it a quick check in game to see what it actually looks like. And then I think I'll call it a night. So I'm going to draw this one in here, which I'm just basically going to make this a bit bigger. Oops, which is, wait, what's going on there? Oh, I'm in the wrong tile, damn it. There we go, right. Okay, so I'm going to put that tile there. And I'm going to, actually, no, I'm going to put that tile there. And that tile there. I'm actually going to get rid of that tile. Okay, so first thing I notice here is that this one looks a bit odd against it. Now I can fix that probably just by doing that, but then it makes it look a bit too much of a pattern. So maybe it's going to be easier to bring this edge in instead. Oops. Oh, why is there a gap up there now? What have I done? There we go. That definitely looks better though. It'd be nice if I could find a way to make this stand out a little bit more. I mean, what happens if I just put the shine on that one like that? Actually, that looks quite nice. What about if I put? I know this doesn't make any sense to me logically, but no, it doesn't because it doesn't work. Okay. What about if I just put it actually on there? No, and I'm actually drawing in that spot down there. Yeah, that's I kind of like that. That's all right. I kind of want to move this shine over on the screen. I can live with it. No, I can't live with it on there either. So I'm gonna do some moving of things. So it's just bugging me now because the shadow's on the wrong side. So like some of it, like the shadowing, is all right, but the highlights are just annoying me because the highlights all need to be on the same side. So it's not a big deal to move these over either. So oh shit, which palette am I using? Is it this one? Really? Can't be this one, surely. It might be. And then the screen shine as well. So I just need to get rid of it from there. It was just bugging me that one. That's all. So it's kind of already on all over the rocks as well. I've got hiccups, but I think that's less noticeable than these kind of what look like shines. It's also on the water as well. Okay, so I mean, this is the only screen that's done now, but let's take a run through, save this. Um, this was productive. I mean, it feels like I've not done a lot, but when I actually think about what I set out to achieve tonight, this is okay. Actually, I need to just fix something. Uh, that should be that. Should be like that. There we go. I set out to achieve a better looking kind of background, and I think I've achieved that. So oh, progress is forward progress. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Um, Wait, was Mario Kart 64 just on? I missed that one. What was the last game? Because that would have been really embarrassing if no one got Mario Kart 64. What about if I put slightly darker? Well, that's not being used now, is it? Right? It's that one, isn't it? Okay. No, okay, it doesn't look right. I like no, let's leave it. Actually, I don't like it. Fair enough. Okay, so one thing I do know I've done is I've broken the ladder in the middle. So let me. There we go. And then all like the other thing I really need to do at some point is another kind of decal, like a decoration like this, um, that I can fit into this scene somehow, and a new torch. I can probably use the same torch, but the surroundings need to be a bit different. So, all right, let's give this a save and a quick test, and then I'm going to call it a night. It's been a long process tonight, but I think this is progress. Yeah, it certainly gives me confidence that by the end of the month I'll have something which is recordable and kind of as a kind of promo video. So okay, let's give that a try. Thanks, Help Computer, as well. Appreciate your help very much. It's what I need. See, this is the problem. It doesn't look quite right when the door disappears. So I need to have a little think about how that's going to work. 500 AMK points to Help Computer. Yeah, it looks nice though. It definitely looks a lot better than it did before. Um, it's amazing how much depth had in that background and shadowing has actually added to it, and really lifted it above the Commodore version. Okay, so here we go. So the door adds a nice transition, so you don't feel like this is wrong. It feels like this is right still. This, I mean, obviously we're not done this passageway yet, so we'll worry about that when we get to it. It looks kind of okay actually. Fits in nicely. I'm kind of wondering whether the floor piece is right here, but I don't want to change too much from the Commodore version, so make that screen bigger. Yeah, sure. Make it the right size as well. It's my shape. Shaded tile similar to the brick, but like the door shaded, giving the door recessed into the wall instead of go up into the roof. Well, maybe. Although we'd have to probably change the routine slightly, because the doors do go up. So, I mean, it could work though. It's not a bad idea. It wouldn't be difficult to just change the color attributes for the door. I mean, if I look at this and I just change the palette on this, it should go grey. Oh, actually, no, it won't. It's going to go light grey. Um, but say I change it, if I just do, because so yeah, this is. So let's look at. Let's do that one here. If I change the palette on this, it's going to go grey. I'd have to. Yeah, I'd have to change the color as well, which, well, not impossible, is maybe slightly more work than necessary, or more characters than necessary. I'm trying to maintain the correct. Yeah, I'll have a think about it. I'll have a think about it. That could be more work than I really want to spend on it, but not a bad idea. Let me just undo all that in case I haven't saved, because I do want to save this properly. But it definitely feels okay now. This area, it's not too bad. Uh, it actually gives me some more tools to play around with when I'm coloring the rest in. I like, I can switch between. So like, maybe here, um, it would be this pattern all the way along here, but then under the bridge, back into the brick pattern again, and then back to the. I can really mess around with the patterns here. So it's kind of nice. But yeah, so the aim for this is to try and get um, something ready for the end of the month, um, which I can call a very good an accurate representation of the final game. So even though the entire map won't be drawn at that point, and I still got to finish the music routine, do the intro. So there's still a few little bits left and right that I need to do. Um, I can safely say that the screenshots that I provide of bits like this will be representative of the final game, and that's the important thing. That the any kind of pre-order video or screenshots has the final representation of the game. I'm waiting on the cover artwork to come back, because I've asked for the logo to be slightly, well, not redesigned, but done with a bit of creative license to it as well. So I'm basing it on my Dot Cosmos 2 logo rather than Dot Cosmos 1. And the artist who's doing the cover art is going to do their version of it there, and I'm going to take that version and put it into this game. We still have got quite a lot of memory left. So even though there's not many characters here, we could technically create another character set, or even move some of the text out of here, because the text doesn't technically need to be in here. It could be in another character set somewhere, so we could free up some extra room in here if we need to draw more. So I'm not too worried about memory. Cartridge wise, I think I said I've got enough room for 128 screens before I'd have to start using banking, um, which might be enough. But obviously I want to make the game as big as I can, really. So people are going to be paying, what's it, £35 or whatever it's going to be for a box cartridge version of this game. They're gonna want it to be worth playing, not just like a 5-minute game. The original C64 was 47 screens, and without cheats takes about 25 minutes to complete if you know what you're doing, and don't die. If you don't know what you're doing, you can spend weeks on it. All right, I'm going to call it a night there. So on Thursday we're going to do Checkanoid C64. That's going well as well. We're going to probably start looking at either death routines, because we don't have a way of dying yet, or some other like some other screen mechanic, probably lasers. I think we've not done those. Hey, AD, I learnt your first name as well, because I remember it from videos. So I know you're called Anton now. I remember that. uh, but yeah, I did not a single bit of Z80s, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's find someone to raid. Let's raid Chalk. It's always good raiding Chalk. Nice and simple. Um, yep, let's go and start a raid on him. Oh, art takes it out of me. Really does. I can't do it. That's the biggest problem. Although I mean, looking at this now from a distance, it looks quite good. I'm quite pleased with that. Better than I expected, anyway. Okay, let's go raid Chalk now. Okay, as I say, see you on Thursday, guys, and then Saturday we'll do more pick and mix level design and some Mega 65 after midnight. Some late night Mega 65. All right. Take care, guys. See you Thursday. Bye.